In this class, we are going to talk about Google Forms. So when you talk about Google Form basically it's an online application for creating surveys. So let's say you have an event as I have here that you want members to register. So this is actually a fun trip that we wanted to organize and we wanted members to register, tell us the kind of activities that they want for us to know how to make preparations. Sometimes you have a work, you are working with people and you want them to give you feedback about how they feel about whatever you are doing. We use Google Forms. Sometimes for academic work, as we are about to go into it right now, you have questionnaires that you need to fill. We use Google Form. Today we are going to look at how we get that done. So let's read through this. So there is a research, academic research that someone wants to undertake. The title is Analysis of Academic Performance Decline Among Third and Final Year Students. So this student is trying to research into the fact that when students get to level 300 and 400, their academic performance come down. And we are going to look at why is it that at level 300 and 400 the academic performance try to come down. Is it that when they get to that point they are not learning well, or what other factors? So the introduction says the purpose of the study is to investigate the reason behind the declining academic performance of students during their third and final year in universities. By identifying the key contributions to this phenomenon, we aim to provide insights and potential solutions for students and academic institutions to mitigate the decline in academic achievement. This is a research someone is going to write chapter 1 to chapter 6 on it. But in the chapter 3, the person is expected to provide a questionnaire. So we need to share a form out for people to fill for us. After the people have filled out the form, you bring their findings back into your research. So they are going to build a questionnaire form using Google Forms. You can see that we have bio information about the person. After the bio information, then we have the research focused questions. So these are general questions for everyone to answer. After these questions, we have questions dedicated for only males. We are going to ask you here, what is your biological gender? So when we were giving birth, we agree people can do transgender and other things. So we ask, what is your biological gender? If you say male, then we have to give you questions for only males. When you say you are a female, then we give you questions that are dedicated for only females. So that is what we are going to do right now. So let's quickly go through this and get it done. When you open your browser, just search Google Forms, or you can just search Google Forms. Google Forms. Then you click on sign in. Once you are done, this page will open. So if you don't have anything, you will see only one. You click on blank. After you click on blank, name your research. So here, the title of this research says analysis on academic performance something something. So you click on it here, you paste it and you go here, just click on it, it will automatically pick the title here for you. Now, what is going to be our description? Description is what we are going to copy from here. Description, copy everything and put it here. So description basically talks about the purpose of the research that you are doing and why people should spare their time to fill it for you. Good. Now you can see that after this one, um, this is the first page that you want to come. So let me delete this question here. So you can see that this is only the session. We don't have any question for this session. So if I click on preview, this is the preview button. If I click on preview, we are going to see only this one, then the submit form. So before I move on, let me take you through the interface for you to get things clear before we move on. So the first thing, we have add-ons here. We have the customized theme. So if you want to change the colors of these themes here, you can change the colors here. So this is how we do it. These are the themes. So if you want to choose an image, a header image, so let me choose an image and show you what a header image means. So let's say we are doing academic research. So let's just choose any book here and insert. What it is going to do is it's going to put a picture on top here for us. That is the header. You can click here to remove it. Click to choose. Sometimes you may even want to choose from your computer. So that is the upload button. You can see the browse where you can go through your files and browse for the picture that you want to use. So let's say if I want to use this picture, I have been using it for long time here. You click on this, then you'll be asked to crop a specific part you want this picture to be here. So because it's not about me, I'm just going to maintain the academic one here, the default themes that are there. So let's choose any of them. Let's choose this. Okay, let's choose one we selected, and that's all. Good. So now the third is the preview. That is if you want to see your form, how your audience are going to see it. That is how we view it. Then we have undo. If you made any mistake, you use the undo to go back. If you want to go forward, you use the redo, right? Then these ones I will explain them later as you move on. Now, if you want to add a question, you use this plus to add a question. You can use this to import questions. Let's say you have your questions in, you can see sometimes your questions will be in another form here. You can actually come, maybe you can save it in a document, then you can select and import the question. So here we are going to add another section. This is section. Click on this section and say this section is what personal, or you can use what I have here, bio information here. Just put it here. So what basically it means is that this is the top form of it. Then the second thing here, we just want to ask some student bio information. So you can put something, fill this form, just anything. You can decide to leave it because it's optional. Now under this bio section, if you want to add a question, use the plus button to add a question. Let's go and add the first question. The first question is, what is your full name? What is your full name? So when I add the question, what is your full name? You can see that the options are here. If we want a short answer from the person, we use short answers. If we want a person to enter so many tests, we use paragraph. If we want multiple choices, I think we'll go through them. So let's keep it brief for now. Now, if you click on this required here, it means the question becomes compulsory. Let me go to preview. See an asterisk here that tells you that the question is compulsory. So if you want to fill this form, they will tell you that this question is a required question. It means you have to fill it before you can go on. Now let's go back to our question. Click on add and go and add another question. So what is your age group? We are asking the age group, then we type the age group, then the options here, we have 18 to 20, 18 to 21. You type 18 to 20. If you want more question, you click on add option, then you put it, or you can do everything. If you have the question typed already, you can do everything and just hit Control V, paste it. Automatically it will be able to, automatically it will be able to know that this is what you want to do. So it will add all the age group for you. So you have to go there and just delete the what is in front of it and get it. Good. So that is it. 30 years or above. So our question is looking pretty. Let me refresh here so you see the form that we are we are building Google form. You go next. Now this tells us that, oh, this question is looking good for now. Now let's add more questions to it. The next question is, what is your gender? What is your gender? Now let's add as a question. If you want to add a question, use plus here to add a question. Now once the question is being added, then you go and copy the possible answers here. Male, binary, prefer not to say. You click on just one option, then you control V to paste everything here. Or you can type as I showed you in the first one. I think you can remove it, but I'm just keeping it here because I want to save time. If you want more option, you can click to add more option. If you want to delete it, you click on this. If you want to delete, prefer not to see, or let's say the binary, you click on here to delete it. Okay. Now let's go to another question. This is bioinformation. So we are done. Let's add this question here. What university are you attending here? As a question, click add to add a question. Now use this. So they are going to type the answers for us. You can see that here. Let me explain this to you. It escaped me. We have multiple choice. Multiple choices as you're a student, but the check boxes, if you want them to choose more options, you want them to choose, let's say, one, two, or three questions right now. If I want them to choose those like so many questions, what you are going to do is give them a multiple checkbox so that they can choose more questions that they want. Okay, so let's send it back to multiple choice. Good. Now we are done with the bioinformation. So let's say this is a short answer for them to type. We are done with the bioinformation. So if you are done with bioinformation, the next section is what? Research focus. So what I mean by section is, section basically means that what you are doing is grouped into various parts. So after that, if you put the cursor here, then you click on section, add section. So then the section, you name the section this research focus. Okay. After you name it research focus, click on plus to add a question. Now in our research focus, we are asking how excellent has, so any question that you want to ask. I don't take delight in this question. I just want you to know how it is. Then you copy all the answers here. I will make this file accessible to you. Okay, I'll make it accessible to you so that you'll be able to use it in your practice. You put the options here. So you will do this till you finish everything. So now we have all the questions here. So when I go preview and I refresh the page, the first one comes, I go next, then you can see all the questions here. You get it. Now we want another section. You can click next to, yeah, the questions are compulsory, so you have to fill it before you can go. Good. Now let's go to another section. So here we are done with all the research focus question, right? Now let me show you another thing. So that's basically Google form. Let's add another question that will navigate us there. So the question says that what is your biological gender? So the question is asking, what is your biological gender? So let's say male, then male and female, right? So let's say male and female. Good. Now you can see that we have a question that is just dedicated for only males and another dedicated for female. So that are sections. So they are categories of questions meant for boys and meant for girls. So you go and create another section. You click on section, then you name this males. Males. Okay, good. Then for males, you click on add question here. Then you go and ask, are you are you currently in a romantic relationship? So you ask the question, the answer could be yes, could be no. So you go to the answer here and hey, sorry. I did the wrong thing. So the question must come here. Then the answer is yes, no, or prefer not to say. All of them will pop up, then you click on it to do. So let's say the next question is, do you struggle with your academics? So you add another question here, then you say this. So add all. So this add all will add yes, no, and maybe so or anything. So this will add everything for you. Good. Assuming we are done with the question for males, let's make it more simpler so you will understand it. Now let's go and add another section and name the section um, female. Okay, female. But in the case where the section, you can see that this section, all the questions here is the same as the questions for female. You can use this here, duplicate section. This will copy the section here for you. If you don't want stress, you can duplicate section. You can delete section, or you can merge section with about, meaning the section 4 and the upper chapter will also go. But I prefer to do it for you to understand it. Now let's add another question. So let's go and add this question. Let's go and add this question. Are you in a romantic relationship? Let's go and ask the same question. Okay, no, let me ask a question that is very unique for 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 females. So now the question says, do you feel that your menstrual cycle has issue with your, then they give their answer yes, no, or any answer that they have. So you put the answer here. Once you paste the answer, all the other ones will be pasted. But if you want to add more, you use this add button here. Let me make it a little bit bigger so you see what I'm doing. Now, let's add another question. Do you struggle with your academics or something? So this is another, let's add another question. Then let's put this here and click add all to add all the possible answers. Yes, no, and other thing. So now when I finish, I want to review this question here. Once you are doing it, it will automatically be saving for you. If I go here and I refresh this button here and start with the first one, from here we are going to next. Let's try and put anything there. Let's choose anything so that it will allow us to go forward. Let's put anything. You go next. You can see that from here we are going to next one, that is for average, some questions that is here. Now after this one, you go to next and select. You see that we have male question. After you finish answering the male, it will take you to female. So there is no logic here that will help us achieve the function that we want. That, oh, if the person says I'm a male, then take me to questions only for male. If I say I am a female, take me to questions specifically for females. So let me take you through how you can do that. Now go back to the questions where you ask them before the section of male and female comes. So here, that is, what is your biological gender? If you ask the question in this way, now you go here, you can see this button here. If you click on it, you see we have description, we have go to section based on answer. It means you want to move to a section based on the answer that they will provide. Once you click on it, this will open. It means when a person says my gender is male, by default all of them will go to the next question. So you have to click here and change it to a question for male. It means when a person says my gender is male, automatically the person will be moved towards male. When the person says my gender is female, you have to take them to what? Females. But what if the person didn't choose anything different? We can send the person to submit form that, oh, if the person is not a male and a female, then you just submit the form for the person. So what it means is, just after this question, if you answer this question and you hit other, automatically the next thing that you are going to see is submit button for you to submit your form. Let me go through it again. You click on here, you go to section based on answer. Once you click on it, go to section based answer, it will come here. If the person is a male, you give them a male question. The person is a female, you take them to female section. If the person doesn't choose anything, you choose them to what? Submit. This is all that we have to do in Google Form. So now let's quickly go there and refresh the screen here and see what will happen. So after we are done with all these ones, now we ask the person, what is your biological gender? So if the person choose male, let's see what will happen. When the person click next, we expect to see only male question. You see, we are seeing only male question. But let's go back. Oh, I've made a mistake. I've made a mistake. Oh, it's irreversible, but no problem. What Google does is it save every response that we have here, so we don't need to do anything. So if I choose male, you see male question came, so let's come back and choose female. Now we are going to see only female what questions. You see the questions here are female, or we can go back and choose others. So others will give you the option to say, maybe prefer not to say or anything here. If you choose this and you go to next, this will submit the form for you, because we are saying that after here we just want to what? Submit the form. So basically this is Google Form and it is very simple. Let me quickly take you to the settings for you to know what you have to do before you send the form. Now, before you send the form, you go to responses. You see, nobody has filled the form, right? Good. So let me go here and submit the form as number one. Good. So once I come here, you see that the response is one. I fill the form here. Yes. So now it has come. Good. Let's go to settings. Settings basically is where we try to do what we want the form to be. So the first thing and the most important thing is go to responses. When you go to responses, you have to make sure you allow response editing and limit response to one. If you do that, the person cannot fill the form twice. Once the person fill it only once, that option will vanish for the person. The person will not see it again. So right now, let me go here. Your response has been recorded. Submit another form. So I can click to submit another form. But if I refresh the screen right now, they will tell me that I've already what? Filled the form. Let me go here next and okay. So because I have actually let me go and delete this response from here. So you click here. If you want to delete response, you click here. Then you can download the responses. You can print all responses here. You see it. So this is the question. This is the question. The whole Google form. This is the question. You can print your response. Good. You can also delete all responses. This will make the whole thing go what? Blank for you. Now let me show you this. This is a linked sheet. So assuming people have filled the form, you have 50 people who have filled the form, like in this regard. When I click on this one and I click on view in sheet, automatically it's going to open a Google sheet for me. So to tell me all those who filled, their names and all the details about all those who filled and whatever thing those people added. So basically that is how we do Google form. So now you are done with the form. You just want to send the form to someone. How do you send the form? You click on what? Send. If you click on send here right now, the first option is email. You can send it to someone email. So you can type the email here. As you are doing, the email will pop up here for you. Good. Or you can share it to someone via a link. So this is what we normally do. We share the link to WhatsApp, Facebook, or other platform for people to fill for us. But you see the link is very, very long. So you click on shorten URL to make the link very short. Now you copy the link, copy, and it's copied. So if you have your WhatsApp here or you have it on Telegram, you can just open your WhatsApp or your Telegram on your laptop here right now and quickly go back to my home and maybe I put it here or something. Sure. So that is basically how you are going to get it done. If you want to embed in your website, so this is how we embed it as an iframe in our website. We will get there. For those who are also doing web development, you will get it correct. But for now, this is how we send the form. So I believe I've been able to answer most of your. I've gathered everything here for you. Then we have something called presentation here. That is if you want to show progress bar. Progress bar means let me show you what I mean by progress bar. If you refresh it, they will tell you that oh, section one out of this. You can see section page 1 out of 5. So you will know whether you are about finishing the form or you have not gotten there yet. You can shuffle question order. If it is a multiple questions exams you are setting for people, you can shuffle. So if I get question 1, another person goes, you see question 3 first and other thing. Now, anytime you fill a form, the message that goes is your response has been recorded. You can come here and edit it and change it to just thank you. Thank you so much. Or anything that you want it to be. You can save it and automatically anyone who fill the form is going to see that message. So basically this is what Google Form is about. Now the third item I want you to know is most important one. That is, let's say you have filled the form, you want to share your form to your lecturer, you want to share it to a friend to edit it for you. You want someone to help you know, oh, how many people have filled the form. You want people to also have control over this form to manage it for you. You click on the three dots here, then you go to add collaborator. So this is make a copy. So this whole form, you can duplicate the whole form by clicking make a copy. It will automatically create a copy of the whole form for you. You can also delete the whole form here and you can print the whole form also here. This is what is going to happen. You see, to print the whole form for you here, and you can also add collaborator. This is what I want you to do. Add collaborator. If you click on add collaborator, it's going to open the page for you to enter the email of the person you want to add as collaborator. So they are saying I am the official owner for this work. So if I want anyone also to have it, so let's say I'm going to add another email. You can see the email has come. Once I click on this, it will ask you what message do you want to send to the person. So you can say you can have access now. So once I click send, an email will be sent to this number. So when I go and check my email here, you see that an email will be sent to this number telling the number that oh, somebody has sent you a form. So an email will probably go. No, I didn't use this email. I didn't use this email. I use another email here. So if I go here and I click on this email, I should be able to see the message that was sent to me. There is the email. So there is the email that was sent to me. So now I can also have access to this particular form. Now let's go back to the form, what we were doing. So that is how we add a collaborator. You can actually specify the function of that person that you want to use as your collaborator. So you can make the person your as editor. So if I want this person, I can see editor. So editor means the person can also delete the form, add or input so many things inside the form for you. So basically, this is Google Form. I want you to take your time, go through this together over and over again and get the concept. So when we meet in class, if you face any issue or challenge, you can get back to me. Then I will promise to do my best to get it done. Also, don't wait before class before you get back to me. You can message me. So if there is any issue, I can help you fix it before our next class. See you in our next class as we discuss how we can send bulk SMS to students. Let me just whet your appetite on that here. So let me whet your appetite more. So assuming we have we have this question here. I have a friend who is going for SRC position, and the university community is very big. So what he wants to do is to send message SMS to all the students. So once you have the student's name and their contact, you should be able to send it. So join me in the next session as I take you through how you can send bulk SMS. See you. Bye bye.